Hello and welcome, Jamie here from Jape Cars, and we're going to start something new. Every single week through this lockdown, we are going to have a car news segment, and if you like it enough, we'll do it all year. What it's going to be is just having a chat, seeing what's going on in the world of cars. So number one is that Volkswagen have now said they're doing an Arteon that is a shooting brake. So it's kind of like an estate, but kind of sportier looking. So not so old man styly, do I really just say? The car itself looks really nice, but with a starting price of £33,000, you would expect it to. What they've done is practically take a Volkswagen Passat and change the body panels. They've made it look a little bit different on the rear with some different rear lights and a different rear bumper to the previous Arteon. Starting at £33,000, the standard alloys are 17-inch alloys, which I think are just too small for such a big car. 19-inch alloys are the standard if you go for the R line, but again, you're going to be looking at a few £1,000s extra to be able to do that. There's a little bit you can upgrade in the interior. You can get some really nice seats, but again, you'll spend like another £1,400, I think it is, so that you can get the massage function, and then you're spending another lot again to get the kind of carbon look and the Napa leather seats. And I feel like it's going to be a bit of a car that it's just, you have to have those options to really make it the car it should be. I've seen pictures of the interior, and the interior looks really smart, but it does have all of these like little touchy buttons like this, all over the steering wheel, all over the centre console. And to be honest, I'm much more of a knob man. Yeah, I'll scrap that. I'm much more of a dial man. Talking about the size of the boot, obviously it's quite important because it is a big car, and that's the point you're getting a estate shooting brake. 565 litres, the Passat is 650 litres. So it's quite a trade-off between usability and design. The only thing is that it only comes with one standard colour. I don't understand that, because it is a nice colour, to be fair. It's like a dark grey, but you can't even get it in black or silver or white without having to pay an extra. I think for the black it was like £600. I know £600 isn't a lot to have black on a car, but if they're going to paint it grey anyway for free, why can't they do it black? Also, another thing is that if you look at the rear of the Arteon, you'll realise that these little chrome rectangles that are meant for the exhaust have about that much depth, and then it's just plastic, which I don't understand, because the petrol ones you could just put exhaust out through the back and it looks so much better. So moving on, Bentley has said that they have had their best ever sales, and they have sold around 11,000 cars this year. They've seen an increase in sales of about 2% based on last year, and it's the most sales they've ever had in their whole over 100-year history. And I think that goes to show you that even when there is a pandemic on, rich people are still spending money. The rich get richer, as people say. It's either that or all the Rolls Royce buyers are kind of like downgrading and they're going to Bentleys. This is especially crazy though, considering that Bentley had their Crewe factory closed for 7 weeks, and then it was like at half capacity for like 8 or 9 weeks afterwards. So they've had like 3 to 4 months less opening, and yet they've sold 2% more cars than last year. Next on my list is probably one of my favourite underrated cars of the last kind of, I don't know how long they've been doing it, 5-6 years, and that is the Kia Stinger. Honestly, an amazing car, but do you know what they're doing now? They're not getting rid of it, so don't get too happy for all you Kia haters and brand snobs. To be fair, I'm a brand snob. What they're doing is they're dropping the engine variants down to just the best engine, which is the 3.3 litre twin turbo V6, and that's for the GTS. And honestly, I love this car. 0 to 62 of 4.7 seconds, so it's not the fastest, but for a Kia, like, imagine driving a Kia and being less than 5 seconds to 60. Like, that is brilliant, isn't it? And I honestly think it's a beautiful car, especially in that grey or a kind of sporty orange that they put it in. Looks really nice, and I personally would have a Kia Stinger. What I love the most is the fact that because they're dropping these engines and having just the one engine, it might become a bit more of an enthusiast car. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm hoping that because they've dropped the other engine variants, hopefully the price in depreciation will slow down. So the depreciation curve, if it slows down, PCP deals, lease deals, they should be cheaper in theory. However, the Kia Stinger GTS starts from nearly £43,000. So it's a lot of money. For car manufacturers, 2020 was an absolute kick in the face. Because of the coronavirus outbreak, loads of places could not operate in the way they usually would. They had to distance staff more, they had to close factories and production lines, and people just weren't spending the money on cars as they usually would. Some people were deciding that maybe it was time just to cut back and maybe not indulge on those brand new cars. Even though the drop in new car registrations went down to 1.56 million, a drop of nearly 33%. There was one, I think, real winner in all of this, which it's got to be Tesla. In the UK, Tesla has seen a massive amount of Model 3s being sold, and they're in their class, they're only second really to the BMW 3 Series in terms of sales. Worldwide, Tesla have sold nearly 500,000 cars this year and had those delivered to customers. I think they're only like 450 short of their target, which is crazy when you think about all the kind of the struggles they've got with getting the cars to the customers because of logistics during the coronavirus period and factory closures and stuff like that. So when they had the time, they really ramped up that production and they've absolutely smashed it this year. The only thing is, I have seen online quite a few times a lot of people with their new Teslas complaining about the build quality. It's like, did they try to push too hard to get to that 500,000 mark? I think it goes to show something when you got what is a small car manufacturer really smashing out those numbers worldwide, especially in the electric vehicle field, because I think that the revolution is coming, and I think that Tesla is absolutely paving the way for that revolution, as they have been for many years. And I think that maybe now that the government has brought forward the petrol and diesel new car ban to 2030, they've brought it forward by 10 years. I think that that will have an effect on how many cars that all of the other manufacturers will be chucking at us, all these plug-in hybrids or fully electric. So I think that is the way that it's going to go very quickly. The last thing I want to talk about today is MG, because they want to put out a new electric vehicle sports coupe. They want a two-door four-seater, which is yet unnamed. It is based on the MG E-Motion concept, which was shown in 2017, I believe it was, at the Shanghai Motor Show. And it'll be interesting to see whether they stick fairly close to that car or not. They're expecting a 0 to 62 time of less than 4 seconds, and they reckon it's going to cost around £30,000. I think, to be honest, that's going to be a bit optimistic, because it's going to be a fast sports car for around 30 grand, and I think it's going to cost considerably more than that, especially when you think that their current MG ZS electric vehicle is like 25 grand. So being able to take it from a just a normal electric vehicle to a rapid sports coupe, which is also an electric vehicle, for just an extra £5,000, I don't see that working. I think it's going to be considerably more. Sticking to MG as well, they're looking at bringing out an electric vehicle super mini to rival stuff like the Renault Zoe, and they reckon that it could cost hopefully less than £20,000 because it's got a slightly smaller battery pack than their sports coupe, and it's got a range of around 150 miles. They want the sports coupe to have a range of 300 miles, but I can't see that happening. A sports coupe that's going to be kicking out a lot more power to get that 0 to 60 time of 4 seconds or less is going to need a lot more battery usage to be able to kind of hit those times. I love the ambition. They're going to be bringing those out hopefully at the end of 2021, and I would love to see this sports coupe. I really hope that it's something that is a game changer. Right, well, that's the news. So that is everything that I've seen over the last week that's interested me. If there's anything else that you would like to chat about in the comments, feel free to put those in the comments below. Anything that I've missed, I would be really interested to see what is going on. We're going to try and do this every single week, kind of keep it as a little community of people just having a chat about car news. This is going to be alongside all the other videos that I do. So thank you for watching. Please do like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. To all those subscribers that have already subscribed, thank you very much. It's really, honestly, it feels really good that you kind of taking that time to watch my videos, and I really appreciate it.